Welcome to my August reset video. Today I'm going to share everything that I spent in July, walk through my budget for August, and share what I expect my income to be. I'm also going to be checking in with my net worth, and I'll share all of that detail with you as well. If you are new here, my name is Caro and I create personal finance, budgeting, and lifestyle content. I live with my husband here in Portugal, and we are a dual income household with no kids and no pets. He works full-time and I work part-time. I cover some expenses in our budget and he covers the others. We are currently saving and investing quite aggressively because we want to implement the FIRE principle. This is financial independence, retire early. And if you haven't heard of the principle, it's when you save enough or invest enough. If you withdraw, say 3 to 4% from your investment yearly, you can live off that money and the money will continue to grow. You will be able to retire and become work optional. You won't have to necessarily work a full-time job anymore. You won't have to bring in the same kind of income that you have all the years prior. If this all goes to plan, we will be retiring in about 9 years' time. And at that stage, I will be about 48 years old and my husband will be 53. We also want to buy a home in the next 5 to 10 years, depending where we are in terms of our citizenship. We are South Africans that have moved to Portugal. So if you're interested in following along our investing journey and our journey to buying a home and settling down, then hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you in this little community. So let's jump in to see what happened in July. So in my July budget sheet, you can see that my starting balance was 1,134 euros. And that is what rolled over from June. And I have categorized all the transactions that came off the bank statement from the 1st up until the day before I got paid. So that was transactions all the way up to the 21st because I got paid on the 23rd. So what I can see is that money didn't quite cover all my expenses up until the payday that I got in July. And I overspent by about 22 euros, which is really not a big deal. I didn't go into debt over this. I do keep a bit of money in the current account for going over if I need it, but 22 euros is really not anything too hectic. I'm not stressed about it. What I am going to do now is insert my income that I got on the 23rd and then finish all the transactions from that point of my budget up until the end of the month. Okay, so now that I've categorized all the transactions for the month, let's have a look to see how the spending went against the goals that I set, which I do use the 50-30-20 rule, and I actually swap it around. I do the 50-20-30 rule. I put my necessities first, my living expenses need to get paid first. Then I make sure I put away a significant amount of my paycheck into savings and investments, and then I set aside 30% of my paycheck towards having fun. For this month, I went over necessities and I spent 848 euros on the few necessities that I do cover. Groceries was significantly more than I expected. I did top up our cleaning supplies this month, which I do order kind of every 3 months, but that was only 30 something euros. So our groceries went up about 100 euros, which is kind of crazy. And I don't really have any explanation for that other than we only ate out once. So yeah, I have no idea. Maybe I stocked up quite a bit more than normal. Water was under what I budgeted, so that's cool. I normally budget 45 for that. Internet and phone is the same price every single month, and it's actually internet and 2 mobile phones. So it's my husband and my cell phone plan. And then electricity for the first time in a long time has been under 100 euros, which is crazy. So that was 99.77, and bank charges were 4.99. We didn't put in petrol, we didn't go on any toll roads, we didn't use the train or public transport, and we didn't have any doctor's visits, so that saved me a little bit. In the looking ahead category, I put away 400 euros into my trading 212 account, which I'll show you a little bit later when I update my net worth tracker. So you can see that I put away 27% of my spending into savings and investing. And then I spent 14% of my money on guilt-free category. Our subscriptions were a little bit higher this month because Prime came off, and that is an annual subscription. It just comes off once a year. Gym memberships, that was quite normal. We did eat out once, and then I did get some new hair products and toiletries and things this month, which I don't generally spend a lot of money on, but that was a lot higher than normal for me. We have 1,090 euros rolling into August, which is typically less than what I normally have rolling over. I'm not worried about it. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a little bit of extra money in the current account just in case. Let's jump into August now and see how I use this sheet to budget for the next month. We can see the starting balance came in, and then I just basically use the section at the bottom to kind of see where I'm at. So this top section is going to be what I expect to spend from the first of the month up until payday. These are all the bills that I know will come off automatically and the investment that I'll make. So if I categorize these into the sheet quickly, these are the things that I know are going to come off, and I'm not going to worry about adding a date now, but basically that's all categorized. And these are the subscriptions and bills that I know will come off afterwards. I am going to adjust my groceries. I split my groceries budget between the two parts of the paycheck. It says that I'm going to have 288 euros left over. If I spend absolutely nothing else, then I should be fine. I'm going to up this to 350, assuming that it is going to be a little bit more. I can't obviously foresee the guilt-free things that will pop up, but this should be fine. So if I adjust that, I should have 238 euros to play with up until the next payday to get me to that payday. And then these down here, these expenses are basically the things that I know will come off my bank account after I'm paid. So my next pay slip will cover those things. I'm not worried about them now. And that's how I use my sheet to budget. And now we're going to jump into my net worth tracker so that I can update it live with you. I'm just going to quickly log into all my accounts so that I can update the tracker. I went a little bit quiet there. I record on my phone and I needed to use my phone to log into a few accounts. But you saw everything that happened. Basically, last month I explained that I opened a new money market account. I'm actually planning to close this top one and move everything into this one. These two accounts haven't had their interest paid into them yet, so they're about to get a little bit higher, which is going to affect the number at the bottom slightly. Then my Allen Gray balance fund went up slightly, so did the the stable fund and the equity fund as well. These are all South African accounts, if you're wondering. So are these Coronation accounts as well. So these both went up a little bit. The Interactive Brokers account is the one that my husband and I are aggressively putting money into every month, and we are investing in ETFs. At some point, I know I keep saying this, but at some point I'm going to go through exactly what's in that account. I have put away another 400 euros into my Trading 212 account, so that's slightly up. And my Shift account, I will be closing this in a couple of months' time, but that essentially is travel money and actually it shouldn't be there. This account is our version of Portuguese high yield savings account. We keep our emergency fund money in this account as well as our money that we've set aside for taxes. My husband is of the opinion that the money set aside for taxes should not be in this sheet, but until it gets spent on taxes, it is growing and I just leave it in here. Gain a little bit of interest and then we will be spending it in a couple of months because we have to pay taxes in a few months' time. And I valued half of our car at 220,000 Rand. Basically, all the accounts are up, and it looks like, even though the accounts are all up, the exchange rate has changed the game when it comes to what my total is, because I've actually dropped my net worth by about 400. Let's actually look. It's down by about 440 euros, but that's all to do with the exchange rate because some of my accounts are sitting in South Africa and some of them are sitting in euros here in Europe, and I have to convert them all into one currency in order to figure out what they are. Overall, I'm not upset about the number because I know that all my accounts have grown, so I'm really not fazed by this at all. And investing is also something where you have to just get used to money going up and down all the time. It's not always going to be a good month. So I'm quite okay with that. So that is my net worth update. It is now currently sitting at 228,000 euros. So that's everything that I do every month to make sure that I'm setting myself up well financially and checking in on myself, making sure that I'm not spending above my means, making sure that I save enough, and also just keep everything organized and top of mind so I know what's going on. I really enjoy using the method that I use, but everyone has different preferences. So if this doesn't work for you, try something else. But if you did find something inspiring in this video, maybe try to change one small thing in your budget or your personal finances to make a change in your life if that's what you're looking for. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you want to see more. I am planning to share some more videos in the next couple of weeks around other personal finance tips and tricks that I've learned, and just chat generally about other topics in this niche. And I'd really love to see you in the next videos. And I also wanted to just say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It means everything to the growth of my channel because I'm trying to get monetized, but I need a lot of watch hours and a lot of people subscribing. So if you do enjoy the content, please hit the subscribe button. It means all the world. And thank you for watching all the way to the end because you are here. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next video.